very easy. Here's an IQ test. Generate a list of 10,000 questions. Questions about anything that people could know, mathematical problems, general knowledge, vocabulary, you name it, abstract problem solving, 10,000. Draw a random sample of 100 questions from that bank. Give it to 100 people. Sum the performance, rank order the people. That's then correct for age. That's intelligence. That's all you have to do. And it's a vicious predictor of long-term success. By far the best predictor we have. 5 times as powerful as the next best predictor. So why? Why? Well, speed, that's part of it. Why is speed so important? Well, there's something to be said for getting somewhere new and useful first. And you know, it's the people on the cutting edge of any discipline who reap most of the benefit. And unsurprisingly, because they get the reputation that's associated with being the first discoverer, let's say. They dominate the space. They get the, what would they say? They get the naming rights. That's another element of the success. And general cognitive ability predicts your ability to learn quickly in a novel environment. If you're hiring people for jobs that require learning rather than can be mastered and then done automatically, factory line worker jobs have that aspect, for example, and IQ doesn't predict performance there particularly well. But if the job involves learning, general cognitive ability is by far the best predictor, and there's huge individual variation in general cognitive ability. So, and like I said, it's an easy thing to measure. That's all there is to it. And one of the things you'll see, so imagine you have your bank of 10,000 questions. You can draw random samples of 100 questions. So I could give you a test of 100, all of you. Give you a test of 100, another test of 100, another test of 100, and then correlate your rank orders, right? You're going to be stable across the rank orders, which means that if you came in first, the first 100 questions, you're probably going to come in first for the next 200. The ranking will remain remarkably stable across people and across age. So, c'est la vie. And it's very potently biologically determined. There's huge genetic influence on general cognitive ability. So personality, how many personality traits are there? So imagine you take a bank of 10,000 personality questions. What are you like? And you distribute that to, you administer that to 1,000 people. And you subject it to an analysis that shows you how the questions group, which would mean if you answered question A in a positive direction, which other questions would you be likely to answer in a positive direction? That's how you detect the clumping. There's 1 dimension in cognitive ability. There's 5 dimensions in personality, arguably 6. 5 dimensions in personality. And so personality is not a unitary structure. It's quite clearly a 5-dimensional structure. And we'll talk about that. Was discovered by about 1940, although it's become clearer and clearer with succeeding decades. I did some work with Colin DeYoung, where we took that 5-dimensional structure and broke each of the 5 dimensions into 2 primary aspects. And that turns out to be quite a stable, what would you say, representation as well. And there's some